Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stacy Ellis here with another YouTube, and I am actually doing the BookTube Newbie Tag. I was not officially tagged to do this, but I am new and I know a lot of people still don't know who I am, and so I figured doing the newbie tag will be a great way for people to get to know me on BookTube and see if I'm someone that they want to follow or not. So I actually got this off of J. Scott Phillips' BookTube. He did one. So there's 11 questions. I don't know if this is, I felt like there were 10 questions on other people's channels, but I'm going to use his because he actually wrote it down on his description. And so I'm going to use his newbie tag. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? I actually had a YouTube channel prior to BookTube. I've had my YouTube channel for many, many years. And I generally post, random things. I've had a lot of Bible studies that I would post. If you look on my previous videos, most of the videos that I had were Bible studies or inspirational, talking about different things I read in the Bible, or if I read a book, a nonfiction Christian book, I may talk about that particular book. So I've had it for years. I actually used to do Bible study on my Instagram page, and I would do that every week. And I found that Instagram for me was a little bit too addicting and toxic, so I got off of that. And so I decided to just focus mostly now on YouTube, because for me, YouTube isn't as addicting. And so that's why I'm on YouTube right now. But in terms of BookTube, the reason why I decided to start doing BookTube videos is because I felt that it was a great avenue to, for one, to give me an outlet to talk. I love talking, and I work from home. My husband's gone for a lot of the day, and it just gives me a chance to talk. So I love doing videos because it just gives me a chance to talk and communicate with people, even though it's not like right there. But also in terms of, like I said, I do Christian videos, but BookTube gives you another avenue to kind of talk about some of those deep Christian topics, and it's may come across not as aggressive in a sense. And so I thought that it would be a great avenue to start having those discussions. If I read a particular book, discussing what was taught in that book and all of that. So I just thought it was a great outlet for ministry purposes, as well as just giving me a chance to talk. And, I enjoy this. I know a lot of people get on YouTube to make money. And I've had family members that tell me all the time, oh, you should make a channel and let that be your business. But that's not my motivation. I like to talk and I enjoy it. And I do want to use, social media as a platform to spread the good news and the gospel message. And so, like I said, I was doing Instagram for a while and people were watching my lives there. But like I said, I can't really support Instagram. I have my Instagram account still. I haven't closed them. I have them. I'm like, okay, I'm trying this out, not using them, and see, before I've officially closed them. But YouTube seems to be a little bit, like I said, it's not as stressful. It's not as addicting. And so that's why I'm focusing more on YouTube now in terms of like sharing content. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? So I think I'm very interesting personally. My sister says I'm a jack of all trades. Like, I'm the type of person, if I want to find out something, I will find it out and I will learn how to do it. And like, I won't take no for an answer. And so I feel like I bring some interesting things to BookTube or YouTube in general. I'm a nerd, And so I read things that most people probably wouldn't read. I am in grad school right now, so I do read some nonfiction, science-like books. I like fun stuff. I am a dancer. I do ballet, so I enjoy artsy things. I like doing crafts. I love reading about dance. Um, I also am very childlike, and I have no shame in that. You know, the childlike personality that I have in me. I think it actually adds to my personality. I do ministry with children on the weekends, and I know that my childlike personality helps with that. And so I'm pretty sure here on BookTube, YouTube, it may help some as well. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I have gotten into middle grade books. I'm not afraid to read children's books. Um, you know, so there is that. I do read a lot of nonfiction, and I've recently got into fiction, but the majority of the books that I own are nonfiction, and I do read a lot of Christian nonfiction. And I feel that, particularly in the Christian booktube community, a lot of the Christian booktubers don't actually read a lot of the nonfiction books. And so I hope to help create a space to help broaden that some, because you know, fiction is fun. I love reading fiction, and you want to read fun things as well. But I'm all for bettering yourself and growing, and those nonfiction books will help with that. I mean, the fiction books, sometimes you can find things in those books, but I feel that the nonfiction will have even more. So I hope to help, create more content of the Christian nonfiction and just nonfiction in general, because like I said, there's not that many booktubers that read that. I do read fiction books as well. I recently got into fiction, so I'm not really someone that is, been reading it for years and years and years, but it is interesting. I have increased the amount of fiction books that I've been reading, and I will say that my views on some books are probably different from most people. I might be a little bit more critical of some books than other people would be. So it'll be nice, some people might want to hear a different take. I am also, I set very high standards for myself in regards of what I allow into my mind, into my spirit. And so there's even some Christian books that I won't read. Like I might start it and then I see something, I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna have this. So if you are someone that's kind of like that, and you're like very cautious with what you allow into your spirit, maybe I can give you some good ideas of books, or what books to avoid. All right. What are you most excited about this new channel? So I'm excited because it gives me something to talk about that, like I said earlier, sorry you guys, I'm getting over COVID, so sorry if I cough. It gives me a chance to start those communication about different topics in a safer space, I guess, so to speak. When you discuss a book, it doesn't come across as intimidating as if I just came across and said, hey, we're going to talk about this particular topic. I feel like when we discuss it around a book, it makes it a little bit safer. And so I'm excited for that being an avenue to bridge the gap. And so, yeah, I'm also excited, not that many people in my personal circle reads. And so I'm excited to get to know people on, YouTube. I've already been following and watching other booktubers, Christian booktubers, and I can sense a sense of family, within the Christian booktube world. And I know people don't know me yet, but, I'm excited to eventually be a part of that, because I know that, as my channel grows and all of that, I know that will be a case too. So I'm excited because, it's not those of us who are Christians sometimes knows how difficult it could be to find like-minded people who thinks the same about certain things, or commonalities. So like with reading, I literally don't know that many people. I probably know maybe two, besides I guess it's my sisters, if I would count my sisters, but they don't read the same things that I read. They don't read nothing like what I read. So I can't really have those discussions with them about certain topics. So it'd be nice, to have, that sense of community. So why do you love reading? I like learning. I have so many questions I keep asking myself. And the way you get those answers is by reading. And so I enjoy reading because of that. I also enjoy reading because I feel like it's more safe than watching certain things on TV. Like there are certain things I could read in a book that I know I can't look at because it'll be triggering for me. So it's safer. I can, and there's more variety. Like when you watch Netflix or cable, like it's very limited in the types of stories. Like it really is. And so being able to, pick from so many different types of books, it's exciting. I enjoy that. I can key into what I actually want to know about and be entertained with. Okay. What book or series got you into reading? So the Bible. I've read the Bible. I've been taught to read the Bible when I was younger. So as a kid, I would read the Bible every day. And still to this day, I try to read the Bible every day. So that's what got me into reading. And then from reading the Bible, like I said, I would start asking questions, and then I would start reading nonfiction Christian books in order to help answer those questions. Me getting into fiction was actually my aunt-in-law, I guess is what you would call her, my husband's aunt, gave me a book, Francine Rivers' book, Lineage of Grace. And that's what introduced me to Christian fiction. I did read fiction prior to that, but I never read Christian fiction. And so that book or series, so to speak, got me interested into Christian fiction. And so, though I would say those are probably the pivotal points in terms of getting me more and more motivated in reading or reading different types of books. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? So I guess part of my questions is, I've been on BookTube. Well, that's debatable because I did book reviews before I was officially on BookTube. But I find sometimes like I don't even understand how people get the books that they have. Like, like how they find out about different books. And then how do they know when it's safe to read? Because I've read a book that I thought was going to be safe and it wasn't. And there was some very gory things in there. And there's no real like rating system for books. Like you don't really know if it's rated R or not, so that would be something like, how do you pick out your books? And then their reading schedule, like how are they able to manage it all, reading it all? I generally read in the morning and in the evening, but I'm a type of person, I fall asleep when I read, and so I don't understand when people can read a whole book in the evening. So I guess some tips on how to get through reading more. I depend on audiobooks a lot in order to help me get through books faster. So tips on that would be great. What challenges do you think of starting a BookTube? I think first and foremost, the fact that nobody knows you, of course, and getting your content out there. That's probably the biggest challenge. again, I'm not here for money. I'm not necessarily competing to get the most subscribers or views or anything like that. But I do want my videos to go in front of the people who need to see them. So if there's something that I am saying that I know God is trying to tell somebody, or, that will help them, I do care that my videos get to the people who need to hear them, even if it's just one person that needed to hear whatever it was that I was saying. So I would think that's the biggest challenge. I have been told not to focus on Christian concepts on YouTube, which I think that too could be a challenge. So I've said in my other videos, I'm a dietitian, and there is definitely a huge market for nutrition on YouTube. If I wanted to have a YouTube channel, and I thought about it, I might do it, I'm not sure, that's focused solely on nutrition and teaching people about nutrition, I could make money, right? I could probably get a lot of people to follow me. I know that there's a dietitian YouTuber. She has thousands of followers, and I see her videos. I'm like, oh, I could easily do that, but I don't do it because I don't really feel led to. But then, I've been told that I may be affecting my future market, because when I see my clients, I see people who are not Christians. Some of them are Christians, but some of them might be Muslims. Some of them might be atheists. And so if they find out that I'm a Christian or I have a Christian channel, they may not see me. But I feel personally too convicted to not share the fact that I'm a Christian. I feel like I can't hide it. But I also know that I need to make money as a job. And so there is that conflict, I guess you can say. I want to be a Christian. I want to show that I'm a Christian. But I can understand how some people would be hesitant to come to me for my nutrition advice if they know that I am so bold with my Christian beliefs. So that might be the most challenging. And I am someone who is very, I guess, outrageous, so to speak, with my convictions. I will say straight up if I think something's wrong or if I think something is right. And I know that sometimes that may rub people the wrong way. And I understand that. Part of it's my personality, and I'm trying not to be so aggressive. But I can see, like I said, it being still a problem for some people. So that's probably the biggest challenge, really. When did you start reading? When I was a kid? I mean, I I started reading when I was a kid. Like I said, I was reading the Bible regularly. So I always was a reader. I mean, I never really was like into reading as much as I am now. Like, I think that it has grown through the years as I've learned what I like and don't like. It has grown, but yeah, I've always been reading. What kind of books do you read? So I read, like, I kind of answered this a little bit earlier. So I do read a lot of nonfiction Christian. So I like theological books. I like books that answer tough questions. I also enjoy reading like the early church fathers. I like reading, how we got the early church and all that type of stuff. So some of my favorite authors is John MacArthur. I have read many of his books. I don't agree with everything that he teaches, but I've enjoyed a lot of his books. What else? But yeah, I'm just looking at my shelf over here of like what my favorite types of books. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just like a lot of Christian nonfiction, theological books. But then in terms of fiction, I like Christian fiction. I like classic classics. But like the classics that I tend to gravitate towards are like kind of, I guess, back in slave times. I also enjoy kind of like westerny, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. I don't guess it's not westerny, but back in the 1800s, that time frame, I generally like. I I'm trying to entertain different genres because, like I said, I've just started reading fiction. So I've been entertaining, like, I've read mystery, I read romance, and I don't really think I like the romance. Contemporary is not necessarily my favorite either. So I think I like traveling through time mostly when it comes to fiction. Not that I can't read anything that's like more modern day, but I find that I love those books more, the ones that are like older. So yeah, that's generally what I read. Mostly nonfiction though, and I'm trying to increase my fiction reading. So those are the types. What does your book collection look like? So here's one of my bookshelves. So I'm filming this on my laptop. So I apologize if you hear like the fan blowing. I know it did that in one of my videos. That's why I have this on. But if you could hear it again, even with this headset, that's what that is. So I have it. It used to be by topic, but now it's by color. But just to give you an idea of some of the books that I have, I'm not going to give you like a full on tour, but just to give you some ideas. So I have some like language books. I have a lot of like dietetic books or nutrition books. So I have some here. It's all mixed up. Some more nutrition books. I also have health related books. My husband's books are in here from when he was in college. So there's a lot of statistics books in here. I don't read those. I don't like statistics, but there's quite a few math and stats books. Those are not mine. I don't read that. But a lot of the science books, so I have like organic chemistry, biochem, I also have exercise physiology books here. Vitamins, a lot of nutrition textbooks. Greek, Hebrew books, more math books. So I also have a lot of geology books because my first bachelor's degree, I had a science composite with the emphasis in geology, and I kept all my geology books. I still very, very much love geology. So I have like books on dinosaurs, books on, fossils and, just geology in general. I also over here, I have some dance books, dance research books, dance companion books, all those types of things. More nutrition books. So this shelf is very much academic. Very much academic. And then over here, and I apologize if you see a mess because I did not plan this out. Those are all my nonfiction Christian books down there. So I'll give a tour one day of all that, like what kind of books I have there. And then I have fiction. There's some fiction mixed in there. And then I have some fiction. I have some totes back here of my fiction and like my middle grade books. And behind me, there's another shelf back here, which I'm not going to turn all the way around. But there's some more nonfiction and it looks like they're all nonfiction. I have some coloring books there. So that's my bookshelves. I actually, this is, I guess, my office. I want to make it into like a full library. Whenever we buy a house, I want a room for it to be like a library with like shelves all the way around. So that way I don't feel guilty when I get more books. Because right now we have limited space. Like this shelf is full, these shelves are full, and the shelves back here are almost full. So I don't want to feel guilty about getting more books because I don't have space for them right now. But that is the plan for the future. So yeah. So I know it's a little long for the newbie tag. If you are new to BookTube too, and you are interested, I tag you. Like I said, I'm new, so I don't really know a whole bunch of people. So if you're new and you're interested in this newbie tag, go ahead, do it. It's fun. It's just, something to do. And I guess I will see you guys next time for my next video. Y'all have a good one. Bye.